Thanks for staying with us. It's still the entertainment segment of the show, and we're discussing with Promise Ezekiel, a keyboardist who is right here with us in the studio. Thanks for staying with us. So, she asked a question just before that break, the business side of things. As a keyboardist, you say you play in church, and it's a bit controversial, but do you get paid in church? I mean, why I mean controversial, I mean that question, because there are those who tell you, oh, it's a service to God, you shouldn't get paid. But in recent times as well, what we've seen is that, you have those who sing or even play, instruments move from one church to another to perform, and they get paid. So it's a discussion that really divides, the Christendom in that sense, that should it be, voluntary, a service to God, or it should be something that is remunerated for. But my question to you now is this: do you get paid for playing keyboard in church, or do you perform in other churches as well and get paid for it?
Okay, thank you, sir, for that question. Like I was looking for the opportunity to talk about that.
No, it's been. I mean, for the last 4 or 5 years, that's something that has caused a divide of some sort.
Yeah, it has been for a long time.
Yes.
But whenever anybody comes to me to talk about it, so that it's not good to being paid, collect money from the church.
From the church, I know.
For playing. I will ask them the question: have you gone and read your Bible? Before you come and argue with me,
okay,
go and read your Bible from the Genesis to Revelation.
Okay.
Then when you are done, can now come back and then most of them. But the true sense is that someone that have read the Bible will not argue that.
Okay.
Maybe just a sense of
sentiment.
Yeah.
Okay. But where do you stand? I'm asking now categorically. Do you subscribe to those who think that musicians, gospel musicians, as well as those who play musical instruments should be paid when performing in churches?
Yes.
They should be paid.
Yeah, it is biblical standard.
Okay, that's great. You have an example?
Yeah. For example, if you look at 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 13.
Okay.
Apostle Paul himself said there that it is written that those who walk in the altar should live on the altar. Things that comes from the altar. Even the Old Testament, there was a part in 2 Chronicle that God was angry with the workers, with the musicians and other people that work in the church, because they left the temple to go and work
elsewhere
for something to eat. And why was it like that? It was because the people of the temple were not taking care of them.
Okay.
So what that means that is just saying that if people come to church, pay tithe, the tithe or offering there should go to the workers and the people that ministers from the altar also.
Okay, that's a great stance.
That might be the context of yours could be highly debated. You know that, because I won't be the one to debate that, but I'll just chip in something. It could be highly debated if you talk about. I was thinking you would even talk about when Saul was possessed with the spirit, even they asked to bring David to play, and the evil spirit left him. That was the context I was not expecting you. Of course, you won't go. He played the harp. You
knows the Bible.
No. I'm a Christian.
Do you still attend Bible study?
Of course, he played the harp. So obviously, the king won't summon you without giving you something. And this is a king that the children of Israel said.
Depends if it's stingy.
No, this is a king that the children of Israel said they didn't have a king and they needed a king. And God had to ask Samuel to anoint Saul. So this was a chosen king from God. So apparently he was a servant of God, because Saul was a prophet at that point. Yeah. So a king will summon you without giving you something. I was thinking you're going to bring from that. But then if you now talk about the one in Chronicles and the Chronicles, not Corinthians. You mentioned Corinthians, mentioned Chronicles. Yeah. Chronicles where the workers of the tabernacle, because there was no church. The church came after Jesus. Workers of the tabernacle had to had to go out. That means if you're paid in church, you shouldn't do any other job from your description. From your description, I'm talking about from what you said. But now a lot of I'm not disputing whether anybody should be paid or not. I think if the agreement is you pay your instrumentalists, you pay them. Except they say they don't want to collect. It's not in any place of any pastor to say the Bible said I should not pay you. I probably said I should pay you. If I'm an instrumentalist and I decide I just love doing this, I don't want to be paid, it's fine. I work in my church and I'm not paid for it. So, but if the agreement is to be paid, then you shouldn't come to tell me about. You don't want to tell me about that. But from your description, that means once that you're an instrumentalist in church, you shouldn't have any other job from your description. That's why I said this context of yours can be debated. But then because we're not having a Bible debate, right? How about I put you on the spot?
I would like to say something about that.
Okay, no, sure, of course.
Yes. Is that what you're saying? If you're an instrumentalist, you shouldn't have any other job.
But if you have any other job, then that means you shouldn't be paid from the altar, right?
Because the reason why people have collect other jobs or do something else is because they are not doing well. The payment is not meeting up the need. Like you said, there's full-time pastors too. Of course, you know. So, and the full-time pastors, if they are doing well for him, he can as well use from the money to establish other business, which will not affect his service. But from there, you also be bringing more income.
Okay, let's look at it now. Exactly. Let's get back to you. So, do you play strictly in the denomination you worship, or you go to other churches as well to play for them?
Yeah, I play strictly there.
You play strictly there. Oh, okay.
And you're paid?
Yes.
And you're not open to playing elsewhere?
I'm open, but it's not affecting my services.
Service there. Okay. So let's talk about the issue of being an instrumentalist now. How lucrative it is. I know. I mean, with church, church is church, so let's leave it at that. But I'm talking about secular events like your birthdays, your weddings, or what have you. People don't. Okay, well, for fun, I was not, at least not the keyboardist, but as a keyboardist, you said you've been doing this for 12 years. So how lucrative is it when you play at weddings and all other functions, corporate events or whatever it is?
It is good. It's a very good platform when you play at other events, and that's where the real money comes from.
Okay.
It really helps. So there are friends that stop playing in church and focus on that. Like when you already have a lot of opportunities, maybe you have artists you are playing for. Okay. So, and I had some experiences with them.
We're playing for artists as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And also going for events like ceremonies, and it's a very good thing.
Okay, talking about artists, I mean, that was something that you simply preempted my next thought. There are those who, argue that instrumentalists are not accorded the respect that they deserve, that oftentimes it's just the, musician who gets the spotlight and they are not paid well, because they are the ones who come up with the sounds, the tunes and all of that, sometimes even the beats. So where do you stand? You said you've worked with few artists in time past in terms of playing for them, probably while on stage, like a live performance. What has been your experience? Were you well treated by the artist? Were you well remunerated as well? What was it like for you?
Actually, being someone that does the thing for fun.
Okay, for passion.
I like doing it for passion also.
Okay.
Yes. So the money is just secondary.
Okay.
The money is not the first, but it's true kind of that some instrumentalists are not being taken care of.
Okay.
But a good artist will take care of instrumentalists well, in the sense that when you pay them well, they want to bring up the best. Okay. They want to contribute more to your music career, and that really helps you. It also helps you to, if you are performing and they flop, that means you also will
exactly.
Flop. So they are like the back engine. They are the engine of your music. Okay. So you have to take care of them very well.
Okay, it's quite interesting that you've taken this up, as a full-time career. The question would be, what was your parents' reaction to this? Conventionally, African parents would like you to have a white-collar job and all of that, but the fact that you've decided it's all about music and you're just there sitting, playing all through, what was your parents' reaction?
Yeah, they told me that I can do my music, but I should go to school.
That rhetoric is.
They asked me that I should invest in myself, I should do my music, and also make sure that the music is bringing something.
Okay. So basically, they give you the support.
Are your parents pastors? Then let me just to add.
No.
Okay.
That's interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah. Because I was going to ask, because he mentioned he plays for his church. So I was going to ask, parents who are pastors, that it's normal for them to want
automatically you're a chorister.
You're a chorister by force, by default. It's like you don't even usher. I don't know why it's always choristers. I don't know what, but then it's been amazing. Promise, if you were not doing this, what other profession do you think you would have ventured into?
Actually, my course now, I'm studying accountancy.
Okay,
okay.
Yes, I really love accounting.
So you like money.
You like money. You like
you handle money, right?
I like counting money. So that is my area of passion also.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't even ask your educational background, if you don't mind. You're currently in school, right?
Yes.
And ASU, unfortunately, has left you guys at home, or your school is not part of ASU?
No, it's not part.
Oh, really? What school is that?
It's Lagos State Polytechnic.
Okay, but ASU.
I know ASU returned to work.
To return to work.
Yes.
Ah, wow, that's nice. I was going to say sorry about that, but irrespective, well, it's good. I would like say it's good because some persons are at home and other persons are at school. But
the Nigerian
situation, sadly. But what do you have to say about the situation quickly when it concerns education?
Being Nigerian.
Yeah, the Nigerian system. Yeah.
It's so unfortunate in the sense that it delays some people. I have some friends that have used this period to go and get married. They can't keep waiting.
That's females, right?
Yes. They can't keep waiting for school to, and it's the main thing is that it's delays, and it also affects mentally. In the sense that when you're in school, when you're studying back to back,
you're busy.
Exactly.
Your mind is still on it. So when you leave, some people, this period can even make them feel discouraged that they won't go back to school again. What is there? Maybe for some people now, in this period, they can use it to learn a trade, or they will just get an opportunity to start making money. So when the school resumes, they say that I'm not going to school for again. I'm already making money.
No, I understand
That's true.
That's really sad enough. But then it's at least we just hope. We keep hoping that Nigeria becomes a better place. But nonetheless, thank you so much, Promise, for your time on the show today. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Oh, well, what Promise said about the ASU students being discouraged, well, it got to me because I was once in that shoe. But then, so every student listening, it's not a time for you to get discouraged. You're known for being tenacious, that's that ability to withstand the storm. Because the storm for eagles, the storm only makes them soar higher. So please, it's not a time for you to give up. Irrespective of what it is, there's still light somewhere at the end of the tunnel. If only you are able to get to the tunnel, which I'm very sure you can get to. On this note, because this particular segment wrap, but iBrandTV still continues. We'll take a short break now. We'll be right back.